Bitcoin is pumping. It moved from $90,000 to over $93,000. Are we about to see $100,000 very soon? What does this mean for altcoins like XRP and much more? I'll break down the charts for you guys, and you won't believe what new SEC Chair Paul Atkins is saying he's ready to do for crypto. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got to talk about Bitcoin. It is on the move, currently over $93,000. Folks, we saw Bitcoin was climbing over the past week or so, making its way up, stair-stepping slowly, higher highs, higher lows. And then today we saw some very big moves with Bitcoin breaking through 90, 91, 92, and now 93. It went close to 94,000, but as you know, nothing goes up in a straight line. So we are seeing a lot of strength here, guys. This is very good. One of the things I've been tracking and showing you guys is that Bitcoin needed to get back above the 200-day moving average. Well, it clearly did that, definitively did that. So that is very good. Now, we want to see more strength and confirmation because Bitcoin could easily roll over, folks, and go test some price points again and then move back up. And that could be the move to the new all-time highs. So please understand that this move does not guarantee that we rally all the way to 100,000 and 110 and so forth. We know the markets don't move up in a straight line. Likewise, they don't move down in a straight line. So expect a bit of moving up, pulling back, consolidate, build support levels, then move up on the next leg, and so on and so forth. But this is the move we've been waiting for. This is us digging our way out of this depressive move, which has been happening over the past few months with the tariff macro factors, right? Putting a lot of sell pressure on all markets, even though Bitcoin held up pretty well compared to the stock market. But guys, the bull market's not over. I've been saying it over and over. I've had a lot of people leave negative comments, but they don't give data, and I've been giving you data. I hope you appreciate that. I've not been giving you my feelings or emotions or, oh, some days I feel good, some days I feel bad, and I give you a different thing. No, what is the data telling us? What is the charts telling us? And I've been consistent with that. So this is very good. And as I shared the other day, on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin's MACD is showing the bears are losing momentum with the red candles diminishing and getting smaller. And I think that's going to flip to green like it did in Q4. And we saw what happened in Q4. So very, very good signs here, guys. I'm really excited about this move, even though I gave you guys that caution that don't expect this thing to move in a straight line, but it moves in phases like we've seen before. So there have been multiple factors I've been sharing with you guys, like the DXY crashing down. It is showing a lot of red candles here, and it's not going to go down in a straight line. So you expect us to bounce soon, and then it goes down further. But the other factor is global liquidity has been a leading indicator. I've been telling you guys gold has been a leading indicator as well. Gold has been going parabolic, and I told you guys that gold will top out soon, and there's going to be a rotation of liquidity, guys. So I hope you understand all the things I've been saying over and over and over. We're starting to see that come to fruition. And this is why when it comes to investing, you need to have patience. And I know I'm not saying these things to boast, oh, I got it right this time or whatever. No, but I want you guys to understand the educational aspect of this and the principles that you don't invest with your emotions. You look at the data and you have to be patient. So I love what I'm seeing here. And guys, today another billion in USDT was minted. So over the past week, 3 billion in USDT. And we know that stablecoin liquidity, where is it going to go? Into the market. These are all the puzzle pieces you have to look at. This is why I'm sharing it with you. We're not just looking at one or two metrics, right? We have to look at the entire thing. The other factor I've been sharing with you guys is whales have been accumulating. I've been sharing that data from Sentiment. I included it in my newsletter again today. And the other big news we got today is that President Trump is easing off the gas here, the gas pedal on the tariffs. So he says tariffs on China will come down substantially and he won't play hardball. And we saw their there's some negotiations happening with different countries like India. So as I've been saying, the tariff stuff is going to get priced in. They're going to come to a resolution eventually. It's what I've been saying on the live streams. These things don't last forever. Tariff, pandemic, 2008, 2000.com bubble burst. Markets will find their bottom and keep going up. Guys, I hope this is a lesson as we come out of this, that you learn from this. I went through that journey to learn from it, and that's why I'm able to navigate markets easier now. It's much, much easier because the fundamentals, the principles, the foundation of my knowledge is based on the macro, the global liquidity, and markets move in cycles, and looking at the DXY and on-chain data when it comes to crypto. So these are all great factors. And Trump is also slowing down on his talks of firing Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Now, he doesn't have the power to do that if you understand government and law. And he says today he has no intention of firing Fed Chair Jerome Powell. But I often talk to you guys about politics. It's all a big show. And this is why you got to be careful that you don't become an extremist with politics, that you believe everything politicians say, and you don't worship politicians. Guess what? Presidents come and go. But you know what still remains? The Fed and money printing. So you see what I mean? Republicans are going to come back in office, Democrats. You guys have seen this. Don't get caught up too much with this stuff. It's important to pay attention to politics. It's important to vote. I'm not saying ignore politics, but don't become an extremist. People get caught up in political narratives, and it blinds them from what is actually happening and how the world works and how they can use the actual movements of the Fed and data and so forth to make their lives better. No politicians coming to save you. If you don't understand that by now, I hope this is a wake-up call. So guys, we're seeing once again President Trump taking his foot off the gas pedal here when it comes to these things. And the markets like this because the markets hate uncertainty, as I've said many times. So very good stuff here. And even the stock market today added $1.5 trillion. So we're starting to see some recovery here. Once again, I'm not saying call home and say, hey, we're pumping to 100,000 next week, right? This stock and the NASDAQ and everything's going to pump. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we're seeing the signs of strength and recovery here. And let's get back to some solid footing. And then we can say, get ready for the parabolic move. Now, also today, we saw some altcoins move with Bitcoin. I've often told you guys, Bitcoin leads the market. ETH over the past 24 hours is up near 12% at over $1,700. XRP up just about 5.4% at $2.20. SWI, $2.74, up 22%. So these are the coins in the top 10 to 15 that had some big moves. So see what's happening here, guys. Signs of life, signs of strength. It's what we've been waiting for. And I want to share what one analyst had to say. And this person has a huge following, over 600,000 followers on X. And they're not an XRP maxi. They're not any coin maxi. This person trades and makes money, so they often share their charts. He said here, XRP, still one of the most interesting altcoin charts out there, chilling at a range low after having wiped out the lows before. If this market's upswing holds, I'd expect this to be amongst the best performers still. I'll let you guys know something. I bought the dip on XRP. Not financial advice. I'm not saying you should go buy. I did my research. I bought the dip. I saw XRP still showing a ton of strength. On the live stream on Monday, I showed you guys that XRP, even before Bitcoin, was above that 200-day moving average. And that showed me what all I needed to know, and I grabbed up some more XRP. So I'm anticipating new highs, even if that's a slow grind up into May, and then maybe we see a big move in the latter half of May into June, and then things slow down for the summer. Then come Q3, we start moving up again. I think the idea or the probability of a blow-off top in Q2 is kind of put to bed almost, right? The probability of that happening has decreased because of the slowdown in momentum and due to the tariff fears and all that, right? So I think this thing seems like it has the higher probability of going to Q4. So this is why we have to pay attention to the data and what the market's doing and adjust our thesis, because we don't have a crystal ball, but we can at least use the data to form an educated thesis versus an emotional panic selling, panic buying, and all that nonsense, right? That's not investing, of course. All right, guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Trezor. Trezor makes beautiful hardware wallets that allow you to easily and safely store your crypto assets. They were the first to create hardware wallets, guys, back in 2013. So they have been at this for a long time, and they support a ton of coins. I'm talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, you name it. You go down the list. They even support new institutional coins like BlackRock's BIDL token, which is incredible. And they have a Trezor suite software that allows you to easily manage all of this. They also have a service that helps you to set up your Trezor device. If you want to buy that service, you can do that. So they've been around for a long time. Their hardware wallets are open source. And I'm a user of the product. I use the Trezor Safe 5. It's a beautiful device and easy to use. So, guys, if you'd like to learn more about Trezor and all their great services and hardware wallets, check out the link in the description. Now, folks, yesterday, SEC Chair Paul Atkins was officially sworn in. Well, today he had another event, and this was at the White House with President Trump. So it was more of a smaller event here, and it was kind of exclusive because it was at the White House, but he made some big statements about what he wants to do. Let me play the clip for you.
A top priority of my chairmanship will be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets through a rational, coherent, and principled approach. We will work to ensure that the United States is the best and most secure place in the world to invest and to do business. So, Mr. President, again, thank you very much for your graciousness in extending such.
So he said one of his top priorities is to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets. So expect him to work with Congress on the market structure bill, because the big question still out there is how do you delineate between crypto tokens and crypto securities, right? That is not clear as yet. It's not clear cut because you can't use the Howey test for Christ's sake. That thing is about oranges, right? You need to have a new Howey test or an addition to the Howey test to cover digital assets. This is a 2025, not 1930. We're not talking about orange groves down in Florida. We're talking about tokens distributed globally on decentralized blockchains, right? You can't use the same test. So great to see this. And I'm excited to see what the SEC is able to do. I believe they're going to continue to provide clarity as Hester Peirce and Mark Ueda were doing in the interim until Paul Atkins, got into office. So we could see those altcoin ETFs approved. We can get clarity in NFTs and much more. So huge stuff here. Now we got news that California just passed a bill to protect Bitcoin rights out of the community unanimously. Dennis Porter of the Satoshi Act Fund, and he's been doing a lot of great work. He announced this news, and he's been working with a lot of states to get these things done, in addition to Bitcoin reserve bills. So we're seeing on the state level a lot of progress, and this is very bullish. Now, we got the CEO of Cryptodotcom tweeting out, "One step closer to history. We executed a full agreement covering our partnership with Trump Media and Technology Group, featuring global distribution of Trump Media ETFs and including CRO, which is the Chronos token, the native token of Crypto.com, powered by the leading platform bridging crypto and TradFi." So many of you may recall this news from like last month, I believe it was, where there was the announcement of the Trump Media Group and Crypto.com forming a partnership. So they've executed the agreement, and this is going to be up and running. We'll see, what comes out of this. We know Trump has been doing a lot of stuff on crypto. And I believe he knows, Trump and his kids and his family know what's coming. And that's why they are doing all these moves and investing in mining companies, partnering with Crypto.com. And they got World Liberty Financial. I don't think they would be putting their money and their time and effort behind all these things if they thought, the bull market's over, where we're going to see, the depression of assets, liquidity dry up. No. I think we all know Trump is in it to make money. Right or wrong, I'm just reporting the facts here, right? The right or wrong aspect, I think, is a whole other conversation on political podcasts and all of that. But I'm just giving you guys the facts and reading between the lines here. I think Trump knows what's coming, right? So you just see all these things that are happening, and I'm just sitting back watching. Okay, I'm buying the dip. I'm preparing to take my profits. Remember, guys, have a plan. Get ready to take your profits. And don't be emotional about the markets and be patient. And watch out in the comments section. You'll see people saying this is a bull trap. This is a fake out. The bear market is where we're at, but it won't give you any data, right? They'll give you the sentiment because there are people shorting and they want you to sell. They don't want you to buy and all that. So understand the game that's at play here and understand there are people who move by emotions versus the data and what's happening on the chart. So guys, I love what I'm seeing here from XRP, Bitcoin, very, very positive signs. And let's be patient. Let the market show us and give us the confirmation. But this is a strong move. And remember, nothing goes up in a straight line. So you expect to see pullbacks, support levels being built, and then the continuation upwards. Guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Great way you can support me in the podcast, guys, is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And also check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. Expand your crypto knowledge, guys. This is a comprehensive course that features expert commentary. You will hear directly from founders and CEOs and institutional investors explaining different aspects of crypto to you. So it's packed with videos, downloadable materials, and much more. Check it out. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.